Hello. Coming from you from sunny Southwest Florida is your very own number 7, Coach Weber.
Hi guys, listen up. Okay. I first wanted to say thank you to Ross, who put this tribute together. It was so touching, and all the time, effort, and love that he put into this project will never be forgotten, and was, when he showed it to me, was one of the happiest times of my life, especially coming at such a critical time in my life. There's so many people I want to thank, and I will. I first want to address Coach Herman, who is with me from the Little League days and actually came up with the name the Western Suffolk Yankees. And Joel was my sounding board for many years, and we did the drafts together, we did the All-Star games together. He helped me with being a commissioner for different divisions. He also was very instrumental in helping me deal with the politics of Half Hollow Hills. And he was my sounding board as well as my voice there, and we made for a really good team for a number of years. And I'll always remember his help, not only on the field, but off the field and in my personal life as well. So, Coach Herman, thank you from the bottom of my heart for everything you have done. Which brings me to Coach DeLudio. Coach, your family was amazing, between Donna being the team mother and Nicole being our biggest fan, sitting on our bench, keeping the scorebooks for us, Donna making sure everything was good, and even when we went on these road trips, making sure that everybody's uniform was clean, and those little things I'll never forget as well. And Coach, to you, you took care of the equipment, you took care of the money matters, you got the uniforms, you got the balls, you took care of the umpires, you did all the work behind the scenes and got so little recognition for it. But I always knew what you did, and I always know that the effort you put in, and you were part of the reason why I stayed and continued with the Western Suffolk Yankees, because without you, it never would have happened. I'm kind of lost for words as far as the rest of the team and the players, and Coach DeLudio and Coach Herman. We all try to draft or get kids on our team whose personalities matched. We could have had superstar players, but their egos got in the way, or the parents were a pain in the neck. And we wanted to draft the kids and our team based on personality and character. And you guys, in your tribute to me, just proved out that how right we were all along. And I thank you. It was hard holding back tears, still is. But I want the team to know, and if you remember your signs, that the video was a thank you, and I don't have that bushy hair anymore. Thank you guys, it's something I'll always remember, and hopefully one day, as many of you mentioned, that we could all get together and celebrate. Thank you again so much. Bye for now. Hello, Coach Weber is back. I figured if EJ could do a part 2, I'm entitled to as well. So I want to share some recollections and memories, fond memories that I have as well. Going back to Little League, I remember that our team always finished either first or close to first each year. And all the guys on my team that got trophies, you earned them. It wasn't participation trophies like I guess are given out today. And the Half Hollow Hills tournament team winning 18 straight games over 2 summers is quite an accomplishment and a feat that would be very difficult for other teams to duplicate. But I remember the formula for that. In those days, we were only allowed to have pitchers pitch 6 innings a week, as to opposed to pitch counts today. And we only really had 3 dynamite pitchers at that time. So I used to start Justin, who was probably one of the best Little League pitchers around, and he'd start the first 2 innings, and he would just blow the opponents away. It was incredible. And after 2 innings, I would take him out and put him at second base and bring in Mark Gold. But I remember the other managers kind of questioning me and looking at me saying, "What are you doing? Is this kid injured? Why, are you nuts? You know, he's dominating us. Why would you take him out?" And then I bring Mark in, who is no slouch either. There's some lightning, so anyhow, he wasn't a slouch, and he would come in and just basically duplicate what Justin did. And after 4 innings, I put Mark over at shortstop and bring in Gino Spock to close the doors. And when he came in, the game was over. So it was a pretty easy formula. Each pitcher pitched his 6 innings per week, but we get our 3 wins and just move on to the next bracket and next tournament. And it was just a very simple formula. And of course, we always stressed defense. And I remember telling the team, if we score 3 or more runs, we're probably going to win. And it just turned out that way. And so those tournament teams were really something special. When we moved to the bigger fields, and playing at Half Hollow Hills East, and it was the first year of the Western Suffolk Yankees in those early years. I remember Coach DeLucio bringing the blue tarp and covering our bench to make sure we always had shade, which helped quite often. And he'd also bring these huge coolers down of refreshments and drinks, so we'd always stay hydrated and ready to go. And he was just always so positive, and he let me run the team. I mean, it was even though he was behind the scenes doing everything on the field, he let me do what I had to do until he mentioned in the video of, when I give the sign to steal home, make sure you do it. And I want to give you the story behind that. We were up in a tournament up in Ohio, and I kind of forget if it was our first or second game playing either the All-Stars from Pennsylvania or the All-Stars from Ohio. But it was a very close game, probably in about the 3rd inning. And I remember Gino was at third base, and we had a runner at second. And all of a sudden, Coach DeLucio flashes me the steal home sign. And I said, what is he, nuts? I mean, Gino is a good base runner, but he wasn't Flash. We called him Spock for a reason. And but I saw the batter who was up. I kind of forget who that was, but I gave him the take sign just to see what Gino saw. And he noticed that the catcher would lollipop, not even look back at third base to look the runner back, but would lollipop the ball back to the pitcher. So I knew exactly what he meant. And rather than giving, I obviously went over to Gino. I whispered in his ear. I said, the next pitch, just take off, get a good jump off third, and steal home. And, of course, I gave the runner on second base the steal sign to come to third. And it worked like pure perfection. It was wonderful. And right from that play on, the other team just got deflated. I think we went on to score 5 more runs that inning. And that just, the momentum from that play just carried us right through that tournament. It was unbelievable. It was a big thrill for me, too, to take some of our All-Stars and play at Shea Stadium. That was first time I was actually, I think, on a major league infield. And it was quite a thrill for me to do that. And because of the FABL and our Western Suffolk Yankees, being close to the top gave me the honor of being one of the coaches on that All-Star team. I also remember fondly, and this gave me just great satisfaction to myself, when we played organizational teams that were coached by professional paid coaches, such as the Long Island Bulls, the Queens Cardinals, the Massapequa Braves, and the list goes on. But when we played them, most of the time, the majority of the time, we would beat them. And I just remember the frustration of the parents, the coaches screaming and yelling at their kids, and just acting. Not only did they teach them not the best baseball, but also poor sportsmanship. And that was something that was truly important to me and for my team. And I got great satisfaction, and I was very proud of the way my teams handled themselves after games as well. So I was extremely proud of all of you for that. I also remember Coach Herman getting his furloughs and taking his furloughs just in time for baseball season to help me with the practices and giving us the ride up to Ohio and driving and putting all those miles on, and all the kids on that team playing in that hotel pool and having a blast. It was fun watching you guys. And the biggest thrill, I think, that my coaches and I will certainly agree on, was the biggest thrill was watching you guys grow up from being little kids and peewees and watching you grow and mature into fine young men. And trust me when we put our teams together, we did it with the intent of personality, character, values, and we had opportunities to have superstars on the team, but because of their egos, because of their parents' egos, we just let them go to play for other teams. We wanted the Class A kids on our team, and you guys on this video that you gave to me just demonstrated how right we were, and you guys proved us right by growing into fine young adults, and your character just beams through the videos that you sent to me. So again, thank you so much for your time, your efforts, and it's something I will always cherish and will be close to my heart, and will always have that special bond of always being Western Suffolk Yankees. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.